Today I'm going to take you through my evolution from white belt to black belt, how my game changed and improved over time, and the lessons learned along the way. We'll be looking at competition footage from white belt, blue belt, purple belt, and brown belt, starting with white belt. But first,
I've always been the type of person who loves experimenting with different habits and training. Things that don't seem like a big deal at first, but make a surprising difference over time. One of the simplest changes I made was paying attention to what I put in my body before and during training. For example, I learned how much sodium, potassium, and magnesium we actually lose when we sweat, and how those minerals affect everything from muscle function to focus. I didn't really believe that it mattered that much until I tried Element, a zero sugar electrolyte drink mix that gives you the exact minerals that you sweat out. No sweeteners, no junk. Just a clean, simple formula that supports how your body is built to perform. After using it consistently, I was noticing how much fewer cramps I was getting and just a more steady feeling as I was training. Little habit, big return. And now you can grab a free sample pack with any order using my link, so you can try their most popular flavors. Get yours at drinkelementc.com/JordanTeaches. This deal is only available through my link. You must go to drinkelementc.com/JordanTeaches.
As a white belt, I would often go for sloppy submissions that weren't there, and I didn't prioritize position over submission. Luckily, I had luck on my side at times and a good ability to recover my guard, especially last second with things like spider guard. The only submission I really had at the time was an armbar. I won all these 4 matches by armbar, although some were a bit unorthodox. I would often rely more on muscle than technique. I didn't have much of a top game either. I would get super nervous on top and just want to be on the bottom. Although you can see some flashes of good speed passing emerging. Overall, I just felt clumsy on top and would do everything I can to play from the bottom, which has since changed. I think now I have a pretty good guard, but I think my top game is even better. As a white belt, my open guard wasn't anything to write home about, and I much preferred attacking from closed guard. You can see some glimpses of butterfly guard happening, like here, I insert my butterfly hook, but I do nothing with it. Whereas now I'd attack with it right away. It was blue belt when I really started developing my butterfly guard, as well as my top game and more. At early blue belt, I started improving on where I was weakest at white belt. I started hitting a wider variety of submissions, and my guard passing was looking better. Although still it wasn't completely refined. I look a bit clunky at times, but managed to have way more success and confidence on top compared to white belt. I would always just pull guard because I had terrible takedowns and still preferred bottom position overall. And at times I'd still go for submissions that weren't there simply because I would get anxious and wanted the match to be over. I lost this match on points, and those 4 points I could have had for the back would have made a huge difference. I should have tried to get my second hook in rather than try for this sloppy armbar. Even though now I'm much better at this particular armbar, in a tournament I would still likely prioritize position over submission. That's a lesson I learned the hard way quite a bit in the beginning. My butterfly sweeps were starting to get better, although I was still at times muscling it, which didn't work as well against the better blue belts in the division. And trying to be so explosive and forceful had me gassing out and paying the price for it. I won a lot of bronze and silver at early blue belt, which was tough on me because all I wanted was gold. I hated the feeling of losing, but I didn't let it deter me. I used losing as motivation. I competed nearly every month in pursuit to get better. Mid to late blue belt is where I really started having a lot more success and getting those gold medals that I wanted. My technical ability was getting more and more refined. I started to feel comfortable on top, as comfortable as being on the bottom. Although I still didn't have great takedowns, I didn't fear the stand-up nearly as much. I would enjoy people shooting on me so I could counter their attack, something I still do now. I had a huge confidence boost at this tournament, the Ottawa Open 2015. Before the blue belt division started, I heard everyone talking about how cool it would be for these two to compete in the finals of the Absolute. Brody, who had won a silver medal at blue belt at the World Championships, and this beast named Franco. But I was thinking to myself, I'm going to spoil the party. I started the first 2 matches in my division flawlessly with 2 submissions. Heading into the semifinals, I was on a mission. I was thinking, I'm going to get gold today no matter what. And then I hit this clean butterfly sweep and passed the guard near instantly, before taking his back and hitting a bow and arrow. Now in the finals, I hit the sub and I'm feeling good. I'm super happy with my performances, and I head towards the absolute division, where I'm up against the medalists of both higher and lower weight divisions. First match is against Brody, the tournament favorite. I hit a nice sweep right off the bat and I'm thinking, holy shit, I can do this. I don't have the rest of the footage, but this was a hard-fought battle that I won. Second match is a guy named Ben who had won worlds at white belt and consistently done well at blue belt. I get the submission and I'm off to the finals. It starts off not great. He throws me like I'm nothing, but quickly I take his back and again get the sub. My first double gold in the gi. I was beyond happy. At purple belt, I really started developing the calm style that you see me with now. At white belt, I was pretty frantic, and at blue belt, I was getting more calm, but by purple belt, I felt like this was really my style: stay calm and then explode when needed. Especially with my passing was centered around explosive outside passing. I didn't often try to smash from top position like you see me do now. I was more so about speed and power, and I often searched for the back off the guard pass, rather than seeking top position for side control or mount. I was still happy to work from close guard and attack, similar to my white belt days, but my open guard was much more developed and I was confident in positions like De La Hiva and reverse De La Hiva. Purple belt is when I really started getting good at rolling back attacks. I even hit this one in the finals of an IBJJF Open. And my confidence on the feet was developing more than ever, as purple belt is where I started fighting amateur MMA. Where I struggled the most at purple was when I got slowed down on top, especially with guards like lasso guard. I wanted to be explosive and fast, and people that were good at slowing me down were hard to deal with. That's how I lost this match in the semifinals of the Absolute Division against one of Canada's best competitors, Michael Sheehan. I had beaten him a month prior, but in this match, he did such a good job with his guard, and that really motivated me to get better at dealing with guards as good as his. One notable moment from purple belt was winning a 16-man mixed purple and brown belt super fight tournament. Consistently winning and beating brown belts fast-tracked me to my own brown belt. At brown belt, I started messing around with leg locks that were beyond just ankle locks. Heel hooks were becoming really popular around this time in 2018. Although I tried to get them going, I wasn't super proficient at them, and I was deathly afraid of heel hooks. Here I tap before he even fully locks in his grip, just to be on the safe side. Whereas now, I'm quite confident in my leg lock defense and my ability to attack leg locks. I still very much struggled passing guards like lasso and collar and sleeve that would slow me down. At this time, it really annoyed me. I felt like people were just using these positions to stall, and it started to put a sour taste in my mouth for competing in the gi. I now realize that was a dumb mentality and more of a skill issue on my part. They were just doing what was effective and I didn't have a good answer for it. My takedowns continued to improve as I continued to train and fight MMA, but I still wasn't a great wrestler by any stretch. Taking down skilled grapplers proved to be much harder than taking down jack-of-all-trade MMA fighters. It was at this time I really started using X-Guard more than ever. I had used X-Guard quite a bit at blue and purple as well, but at brown belt I really recognized that this is one of my strongest positions. The main takeaway from this video should be that a black belt is truly just a white belt who never quit. I sucked at one point and had many ups and downs. The positive feeling of winning was as equally powerful as the negative feeling of losing. I competed as much as I could in Jiu-Jitsu, meanwhile also fighting in both MMA and Muay Thai. Those are memories I'll never forget. I got to challenge myself, make new friends, and compete alongside my wife. And it all built me into the martial artist that I am today. Alright, I hope you enjoyed the video. I have a beginner course coming out in December, and it's over 11 hours long and it's pretty good. Make sure to check that out when it's released. Alright, thank you for sticking around until the end of the video. If you're still here, please leave a comment or fist bump, and I'll see you guys next time.